Good morning. It's Miss Jackie here with Chocolate Fever, Chapter 2. Chapter 2, A Strange Feeling. Better hurry, kids, Mama Green called from the kitchen. It's almost 8:30. Let's go, Slowpoke, Mark said to Henry. We don't want to be late. Just one more chocolate cookie, said Henry. He popped it into his mouth and, still chewing, went to his room to get his books. On the way to the front door, Henry went through the kitchen and gathered a handful of chocolate kisses to put into his pocket. He liked to have them handy to munch on at school. But this morning, because he still felt somewhat hungry, Henry stripped the silver wrapping from 2 kisses and popped them right into his mouth. Then, after a quick kiss from Mama Green, a kiss that left a little bit of chocolate on her face, Henry, Elizabeth, and Mark headed out the door on their way to school. At the corner, Henry and Mark waved goodbye to their sister, who had to take a bus to get to her high school. The boys' school, PS 123, was just another block away. At the corner, Mrs. McIntosh, the crossing guard, waved them across the street. The light is always green for the greens, she said. It was her own little joke, and she said it just about every morning. This morning, only Mark, who was extremely polite, smiled. Henry just didn't feel like smiling. In fact, he was beginning to feel a little strange. In the schoolyard, the boys went separate ways to join their classes. As usual, there were a lot of pushing and shoving and fooling around, but Henry, who was always very good at things like knocking hats off the other boys' heads or making goofy faces at the girls, was awful quiet. He didn't even say hi when Michael Burke, his best friend, came along. Well, what's the matter with you? Asked Michael, grinning. What do you mean, what's the matter? Henry said. Can't I just stand here? Do I have to carry on and behave like a nut? Okay, said Michael. You don't have to bite my head off. It's just that you're kind of different today. Not like yourself at all. Just then the whistle blew and all the children began marching into the school building. I feel funny today, Henry said to Michael. I have the feeling something's going to happen and I don't know what. That exact feeling that something was going to happen stayed with Henry all morning. He felt strange in his homeroom, strange when he went to gym class. And in Miss Kimmelfarber's math class, he felt strange all over. Henry couldn't concentrate on what Miss Kimmelfarber was saying. He just sort of sat there and stared. Without thinking about it, he was looking at his arm and the back of his hand, and then he noticed something. There were little brown freckles all over his skin. Now, this would not have been such a startling discovery except for one thing. Those little brown freckles were not there when he woke up this morning. At the front of the room, Miss Kimmelfarber was going through the drill on fractions. She was saying, if I take 6 1/2 and subtract 1 1/4, what will I have left? She looked directly at Henry, who was looking directly at his arm. Henry, she asked, what will I have left? Little brown spots all over, said Henry. And that's the end of chapter 2. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you are well. Keep reading and join me for chapter 3 tomorrow.